whenever people see Jackie Chan on the street, like American dads, right, they will say, "Hey, Jackie Chan," but but they don't do Robert De Niro.
Does anyone really care for an Asian MCU movie? This is your daily catch-up. No spoilers.
Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan. Hey guys, if you're liking the content so far on the Daily Catch-Up podcast, remember to drop us a sub and hit that notification button. It'll let you know when a new episode is up.
Button.
He's trying to outshine me, master block me.
Shang Chi.
Hey, so Shang Chi came out over the weekend.
你们有没有看到 Shang Chi?
Yo,
今天是
I think I understand what you're saying. But anyway, yeah, so Shang Chi came out over the weekend. I'm sure you all went to see it.
We've all seen it.
We've all seen
I
it.
watched it last night.
It was
watched it
packed. Like I was on the weekend, right? I was trying to get tickets, right? Wow, everywhere full.
I like 2 years never watch movie. Then I first time go, then second row.
2 years never
Wow,
watched movie.
second row you still buy?
Yeah, why ah?
Actually got third row one, but then I booked with my sister and husband. So
I haven't been to a cinema since January 2020. I think when I sat down, right, and then the lights went down, and then the theater goes like that.
A bit emotional.
Yeah. When the Marvel thing came on, right, I started crying, and I don't know why. I couldn't explain it.
that Marvel sequence used to do it for me. Until you got the Disney subscription, right?
Yeah.
Then you try and watch Hawkeye, which is fucking impossible to finish, right?
So Hawkeye hasn't come out yet. I think he's talking about Loki,
No one.
Wonder Vision, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Walao, I watch and I want to die. Every episode I have to split 3 days to watch. I cannot fucking finish it.
No, the Marvel thing does it for you. For me, it's the the tennis ball.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm here.
Yeah. And you must get popcorn.
I used to tell Pat that I really like to hear the around you.
I think
Because
everybody...
it spins around the room.
Yeah.
You don't know, okay? So everybody just shut the fuck up and listen. But after I told Pat that, every time that thing goes on, right, she'll come to my ear, then she'll then the first few times it's quite cute lah. Then you play with it for 2-3 years already, right? Then after that it's like, now it's like, babe, I tell you, I want to listen to that part, right?
How you actually shout in the hall?
Yeah, no.
So Nat and I have a different habit. So like ever since our first movie, I always go and I'll try to go around her and I go, oh, around you.
Right,
and so
right.
when we did it, like on Saturday,
You
right,
did it on Saturday, congrats!
we do it all
Congrats, Nat!
I thought you're high-fiving me.
I find it.
We used to do it all. I used to do it all the time, never miss a beat, right? And then because we haven't been to the cinema in so long, and I did that, right, we both just looked at each other and went, fuck, like we haven't done this in damn long.
Then the couple next to you are like, oh, COVID. Do you know that thing is supposed to calibrate your ears for the theater?
Wait, really?
No, I'm kidding. Right?
Apparently, right, third row from the back in the middle has the best sound in the whole theater.
That's why I always normally sit, but I didn't know that. It was out of experience.
So your popcorn orders, guys, important.
Mix.
What? How?
Can choose
sweet and
something?
salty.
Oh my god, you're damn basic.
What can you make?
Hey, this guy got hacked, sir.
You can request for them to layer it in a certain order. One.
No way.
Yeah, so usually, right, people generally like sweet more than salty. So you ask for more sweet than salty first, then you ask for sweet, salty, sweet. So as you're eating, right, then you're done with the sweetness, then the saltiness comes in, refresh your palate, then you go for the last dig.
You're so cultured.
Guys, popcorn connoisseur.
No,
I don't know how you feel about yourself though.
it's problematic with me, and because Nat only likes salty, I only really quite like sweet.
Why are you still together?
Yeah, that's why. So yeah, if they can feel it half this way, that would be fantastic.
Do you like the movie?
So I was very undecided.
I've seen your many Insta stories
Yes,
on it
yeah.
though.
Okay,
Sounds,
so at the midway point of the movie, right, and I won't spoil anything, but I think it was after like a kung fu fight, right? I went.
Hey, walao!
No, the whole movie is called
Yeah, I went. I really fucking love this movie. As a movie, you know, I'm a big MCU fan. I'm a Marvel fan. I collect the comics and everything. But I thought it was a damn good movie, and then it kind of changed. Like by the end of the movie, I thought it was from a 10 out of 10 to maybe an 8 out of 10.
Oh no.
But I still think that it was very enjoyable for a lot of good reasons. Had some flaws, but I thought it was good.
The
lah.
first fight scene was my favorite though.
Yeah, and they showed almost all of it in the trailer.
Oh really?
Yeah. So I got so sian because like fuck, I really shouldn't have watched anything. I just kept watching all the scenes whenever they put on YouTube, right? New scene. I watched everything. I felt like I knew the whole movie.
I didn't even watch the trailer going in. Then after we go inside, right, then the dun, 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 dun come out. Then Tiana looked at me, she was like, Marvel. I was like, yeah, this is
No, but do y'all watch Disney Channel or not? Disney Plus?
No.
Oh, if you try and really watch the show, right, that thing really wears off.
Yeah.
It
No, I
doesn't,
got
yeah.
them thrown off at the beginning, right? Because right at the start of the movie, right, it starts in Mandarin. I was like, wait, is this movie in
And
English?
correct Mandarin.
Then I damn scared, yeah.
Then the whole movie gonna be in Chinese.
Yeah.
So I don't understand Chinese also, right? But the one thing I like about it is that when it comes to US films that try to appropriate a lot of culture, right, it feels like they will try and revert to English very soon. You know, like the Black Widow one, right? They're all Russian characters. All 4 of them are Russian characters.
With inconsistent accents.
Exactly. And their family, right, all speaking English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just like,
I'm okay with that because I don't understand Russian anime, but Chinese though is very sure because you understand both.
yeah, but this film, right, I remember I think there were 2 or 3 instances where I went like, oh wow, they're still speaking Mandarin. Oh wow, they're still speaking in Mandarin. This is not bad. And I think apparently there was like one phrase, I think it's a spoiler to say it, but like, there was one phrase that everyone on Reddit was like, I can't believe they said that phrase, and the subtitles didn't do justice.
The fight sequences, damn epic. And I think they showed a lot of promise in terms of the lead actor because I think it's his first time with a major role in a film.
Wow, people
Yeah.
simping over him all over TikToks.
Yeah, I think he showcased the potential, right, to be like the next kung fu person.
Like a Bruce
The
Lee,
go-to
Jackie
kung fu
Chan.
person. Yeah, which I found was quite impressive.
I
lah.
saw an interview that Jackie Chan did on, is it Graham Norton show, I think. He said that
Shopee,
whenever... No, Graham Norton.
Oh, for what?
It's an interview.
Hey, the Shopee ad actually looks like the one of the scenes when,
Okay, yeah, then-
when he training with Michelle Yeoh. Like,
True. So then he said that
no idea what
whenever
anyone's thinking
whenever people see Jackie Chan on the street, like American dads, right, they will say, "Hey, Jackie Chan," but, but they don't do Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro, Jackie Chan. So, whenever,
I think I saw that one.
then he said he was very disappointed.
Yeah, I also saw a TikTok recently, but not recently lah, but some time ago, by this Singaporean.
Jace, he
He
did the Jackie Chan run.
run.
Is it?
Yeah, and I
that?
never realized that Jackie Chan had such a funny run.
Sure.
he runs in a certain way.
Like his knees were bent in the same direction when
Oh,
he's trying
okay,
to change
okay, I know,
direction.
I know, I know.
Yeah, damn cute, yeah.
Ah,
And the
I
guy
never
did it quite
realized.
well.
He only knows Jackie Chan from Rush Hour.
That's a joke. But it was the first time I knew of
Name
Jackie Chan.
one other
lah.
movie.
Shang 2. I got you in.
Shanghai Night, Shanghai Noon. Basically all his Western films, because he's
Western.
yeah, do you know he lives in Australia? So the stunt coordinator, he just only passed away 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
His name is Brad Allen. He was I don't know if the only or the first white man to be part of Jackie Chan's stunt team.
And the
Oh.
only white man of this production.
Is it?
I don't know.
Why are you making shit up?
Oh, sorry.
I don't think the only one, right? But it was directed by a half Japanese.
Okay, sorry, I got a bit annoyed, right, when like every calefare, right, was Asian also. Like, become very unrealistic.
Or like in San Francisco.
Yeah, like, I get that, okay, this is an Asian thing, right? But then,
Even like random people on the bus.
Yeah.
Really, I never
So
noticed
I
that.
was
For the
reading,
most part lah, not every lah,
when
not
I was
every
reading
lah,
the
yeah.
comments on Reddit, right, they said that neighborhood, they grew up there also and they were Asian and it's a predominantly Asian neighborhood. Yeah. So they actually recognized that dim sum store downstairs from Katie's house.
I'm surprised that Awkwafina got such a big role actually.
do you think... Wow.
She was necessary.
Yeah.
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 I think not
so.
damn dry.
Because she needed to like exposition a lot of things. Like explain a lot of things.
Which was
Yeah,
the
yeah,
disappointing aspect of the movie lah. Okay, but that
It
aside,
was,
right?
it was.
Thoughts on the whole
Asian
Asian representation
representation.
situation?
I knew I was gonna say the word he started. Okay, this one was not as irritating as Crazy Rich Asians. Like every time I hear Crazy Rich Asian, just the name in the news anchor voice, like all Asian cast, the first non-Asian.
I think because to some extent, Crazy Rich Asian is still making fun of a segment of Asians. We're trying to make fun that these Crazy Rich Asians are living in a different world, and then it's like a bit far-fetched from us. But I think with Shang Chi, right?
But
it
you think
felt-
superhero is closer to?
No, but one thing I like, right, and I feel like I'm in spoiler territory already, but like one thing I like was that it's not a typical origin story.
Right.
It felt relatable in some aspect. Like his life that you see very early on in the movie is very relatable. The idea that you are just an adult trying to figure out stuff. Like
The opening sequence is great.
I could
I give you a good
I could kind of relate, especially like, okay lah, I've lived in Malaysia and Singapore, that's fine, but when living in Australia and being that kind of like minority amongst white people kind of feeling, right, like you kind of get that vibe. The one thing that I didn't quite understand was that on
really
Reddit,
going,
everybody was like, who was Asian American or Asian Canadian or Asian Australian or whatever, right, not whatever lah, it's big, were all saying like, oh my god, I finally got to like see something that represented me or see myself on TV or whatever. And to me, it's like, there was Chinese movies though.
Yeah.
But I
Like-
guess they wouldn't watch it in America.
No, wait, does that bother y'all?
What?
Like y'all didn't see enough Chinese in Marvel?
No.
No way.
Yeah.
No, but I think that's a Singaporean thing.
Maybe because no one here wants to be an actor, that's why they don't need to see representation on the screen. While
No, I
everyone-
feel like when Black Panther came out, they look, little young black boys and black girls will grow up looking their own character. But no, when he was Spider-Man, everybody loves Spider-Man. Spider-Man was
I wanted to
cool.
be Spider-Man as well.
Yeah, just be Spider-Man.
Yeah.
How about Spider-Man be your color? Just be you like Spider-Man, just be Spider-Man.
Yeah, like there was debate about having a black Superman also.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah. I angry, yeah.
Wait,
About having a black Spider-Man.
Yeah, like why you need to have a black Superman
why you
if
angry?
Superman is not black? No, it's like they are forcing it. It's like female Ghostbusters for the feminine movement. This kind of thing, right? It's like, Maza.
Okay, so a conversation we were having between episodes was that capitalism is kind of one of the key driving forces of why there are only the most bankable stars in Hollywood films that were exported. That's why they were all white, because they are guaranteed bankable. We know this movie will make money. But now, because everyone's like representation and Hollywood feels a lot more inclusive to other cultures, it's still just capitalism.
Yeah.
It's because everyone's being like, oh, it's not got Asians inside, I'll watch it. No one cares about how you feel.
So they're exploiting our
Everyone's just
race
making money.
Correct? So it's Black Panther is the same thing.
Yeah, I'm not about to be lured into this generation of people that get offended.
When I really think about representation, Singapore's the closest taste we've had to representation or being misrepresented in some way, right? Is Singapore Social.
It's like a Miss Universe.
Don't you think so?
True.
It's like America's version of Singapore.
Yeah.
And then we all damn angry.
I actually never watched that, but something similar that I enjoyed was Bling Empire. If you
You enjoyed that?
Like it was fun to watch that, like rich people.
Also,
One
okay,
of
wait.
them is a friend of a friend. Yeah.
Many people said that they feel upset that Singapore Social is not representative of Singapore. Then someone hit back and say, if it's representative of Singapore, who will watch? Because if you watch like The Bachelorette or Bling Empire, everything is caricature. Right? Even you watch like the Kardashians, they're not like that.
It's like
At home,
not all Americans like that.
Yeah, so it's just that they have so many variations. So for us, when we get our one right, we're like, that's not me. Then you get upset.
Yeah, so was there any getting upset in Singapore Social?
No, I just thought it's not
That's
very
why it's
interesting to watch,
misrepresented.
I think it was the
Don't
fact.
watch that, don't do
I think the fact that it was called Singapore Social. I think if it
yeah.
was just called anything else, it would have been fine.
Right.
Like the socialites. But it just so happened to be set in Singapore. I think it would have been fine.
So if you don't know how people feel when they're complaining about this whole Shang Chi situation, then go and watch Singapore Social.
With that said, I know people who just live their life like people in Singapore. So it's f***ing lucky, yeah. Like, if you can go to a cafe, right, at like 10 a.m. in the morning on a weekday and not have to work, right, your life is damn solid.
Yeah.
Just don't know who does that.
Wait, your friends is one of them, right?
Three of them.
Oh, is it? Like, being part of a production like this, right? Did you talk to them about it? Like, how did they feel with that?
After
Yeah.
You want to
I'm
do
friends
this?
with them. I'm friends with them like before they went to film. Yeah.
Wait, so after they're not?
Except May. May, I knew of her, but we only spoke after she did the show. It was on Real Talk actually. I think it's nothing to be embarrassed about, to be honest. It's a good show if you're into reality TV. That's it lah. If you're looking there hoping to spoil your homeland, then no lah. If you want to see your friends, then don't have lah.
So when you talk to them, they don't have accents,
How dare you?
What thing? I mean, sorry, what thing?
I asked you about this, right? I think off camera.
I have, really?
I think a bit have. I think the producer will guide them to kind of just.
See, like that director when I say cut, when you say, I think a bit have.
You think you think it's an accent, but it's more of them being trained to enunciate clearly. Because it's a show set in Singapore for the rest of the world to watch, ma.
I think the point is that the show wasn't for Singaporeans also, to begin with.
Yeah. If you look at the complaints about our lack of subtitling on the Daily Ketchup, it's like, can you please add up? I don't know what you're talking about. Because that's Singaporean accent for you. If you're not here, you don't get it.
Yeah, then you're going to start the video for us.
No, but even the
we speak in accents now?
Singaporeans.
Everyone get upset.
Have you ever seen Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon?
Yeah, of course.
I have
Dude,
not.
The vibrating sword.
I watched it right when I was a f***ing child. Then after that, right, like a couple years back, I go and rewatch it for the first time.
Still good.
Holy shit!
It's a kung fu show.
It's one of whoa.
I never watched before.
one of the
It is
most beautiful.
The kung fu show. It's like
Not Shaolin soccer, man.
no,
They are the film school people. sorry.
Anyone
okay.
can
Do
enjoy
you remember
it.
the feeling when you watched The Matrix for the first time?
Never watched.
When he. Oi!
I never watched The Matrix.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I didn't watch The Matrix. It was so boring.
You cannot talk movies to enjoy.
Can we fire him from this?
He makes
so
videos for a living and
boring.
he doesn't.
No,
I love Lord of the Rings. You're like,
No, okay, yeah. So like the first time you watch like something happen that you've never seen before in cinema, you know that kind of feeling, right?
Yeah, what's your favorite movie for the first time?
Crouching Tiger was like that,
Okay.
Crazy. Even now, right, when I watch it, right, in modern day, the way they choreograph and do the tricks, right, you don't understand how they do it.
It holds up.
The half the fight is on the ground. Suddenly go to the wall. then can go back down, go back up, do everything.
Yeah.
And they are the actual person doing all the stunts.
Oh.
Michelle Yeoh. Yeah.
The wire work
Power.
is fantastic. It's Ang Lee, I think, that directed
Yeah.
it.
No, Shang-Chi did quite a few of his own stunts as well. I
You
think.
mean
He did mostly of his stunts. He did almost all of his stunts.
Simu Liu.
Which I was very impressed by.
No, Simu did all his own. Like I think
Who's
almost.
Simu?
I saw one.
Shang-Chi.
I saw one behind the scenes, right? Where you know the bus scene.
No, who's Simu?
Like he's outside of the bus,
lead actor.
Shang-Chi,
and he
yeah.
does stuff outside the bus.
Yeah.
There was practices of him doing it, and it's
Yeah.
damn sick.
Oh,
It's fucking cool.
damn cool, damn cool.
Damn cool.
But right, do you all notice something? Do you all see deepfakes being used?
No
So right, there are some of the characters are older. Then right, it's damn obvious at some parts. I mean, maybe I was
Tony,
looking out for
yeah.
it lah. But when they're doing some fighting sequences or action sequences, right, then suddenly you can see the face like
Move a bit.
a bit off and different color from the body. Then the body like damn youthful and all that. Yeah, I got a bit thrown off by that, but it's very impressive that they can do
Oh my
that
god,
now.
actually deepfake is such a leap forward for the stunt world. Like you don't need to like match the
Or you leap
the
backward
landing. Yeah, you can show the whole face.
Did you know that JJ Lin's on the soundtrack and the song is not bad?
Yeah, because I
No,
follow
the
you on
whole,
Instagram.
almost the whole soundtrack is Asian artists, right? As much as possible.
Oh.
Except for like Sway Lee and like
Hotel
Sway Lee
California.
and Anderson Park. Rich Brian also is in most of it.
Yeah, damn cool.
Also, 2 Malaysians are in the movie. So 2 Malaysians in the MCU. Michelle Yeoh and Ronnie Chang. No, so like you were telling me the other day, like you got thrown off that they spoke in different accents, even though it's all in
Yes,
Chinese.
yes.
Oh, there was
After
different
some-
accents?
Chinese
Yeah, it was me trying to be very cultured lah. But there was one person's Chinese that was China Chinese and everyone else's Chinese was non-China Chinese.
I know who.
Okay lah.
Is it a female character?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So I realized right that okay, obviously when the comics first came out, Shang-Chi is like they
You
just
watched the comic? You read the comic?
no, the origins, like no one read the comics. Even
Yeah.
Marvel fans didn't read the comic. But
Just because you
Marvel fans
didn't
comment
read.
down below if you read the
really,
comics.
really. And so like obviously Shang-Chi is like they just threw whatever like Ching Chong, you know, and then just like put together, right? I can see Ching Chong come from Chinese, right? I hope so. So
I
it's
don't
like
think so.
Let's try.
it's like they put random words together and say this is a Chinese character. It's like Wakanda is like, huh? That's not even African sounding. You know what I mean? Like,
going.
anyway, like I like how to overcome that, right? Every other character had very, very Chinese names. It wasn't as though they tried to do like a
Kung Fu or...
yeah, you know, like a weird like
Charles.
no.
Adam.
At least that sounds like Chinese, but it wasn't like a American guy, a white guy coming up with Chinese names, you know. Do you all watch Mulan, the new one?
No, but I saw a breakdown of his horrible editing.
I only watched
saw.
the trailer and it was so obvious it didn't look like Asia. You know how you can tell if it's
Oh.
Asia? Like the greens of the leaves, the blues in the sky.
Huh?
You can tell if it's
I don't know whether
Asia.
I'm
Just watch the
understanding.
You can
movie,
tell if
guys.
it's Asia. Right? You can tell if it's Asia. Shang-Chi felt like it was in Asia, even though I know they didn't film in Asia. Like it felt like Asia.
Australia, I think.
It feels so easy to film in Asia. Just go to Asia.
It was during the pandemic. They
Wait,
started.
which part of the movie was in Asia?
No, like in general, it
Macau.
felt like we're in Asia.
Oh, is it?
But on the note of Mulan, the stunt double, right, was like a whole head taller than her, yeah. So like it completely not realistic at all. Like she jumped right, then she gained height, then she jumped back, then she becomes short
Oh, interesting.
on the roof.
Interesting.
When she's chasing the chicken.
On the note of stunt doubles, right?
You are a stunt double.
You know that most, like there are a lot of scenes, right, where the male stunt doubles are replacing the female characters. So when you
Oh.
watch like Black Widow, this kind of thing, right, sometimes a lot of Black Widow's stunts, right, are actually a man.
Right.
Like you can see one, because the moves are for some reason impossible to execute by a female. Don't know why.
Ooh.
Yeah. Then there
No,
was
I
a
feel like there's just
Equality.
less
There was
stunt
a-
doubles in the...
Oh,
less girls
may-
in the
maybe
stunt
lor.
industry.
Exactly.
maybe lost.
Yeah.
Or they just trying to flip the giant Russian guy lah.
No, so anyway, right, back to Shang-Chi, right? Like, so there's no release date in
back.
China because China claims that, and there's a lot of like backlash for a lot of different reasons. The first thing is that they feel like Simu Liu is an ugly actor. He's not traditionally handsome in Chinese.
He not really
But
good.
Tony
he not
handsome
very
one,
good.
no meh?
Tony was so good. Tony Leung, right?
Sorry, I
There's
got
sometimes
you
like I just got
started,
fucked in the
sorry,
ass by a guy named Tony. Tony Leung was so good. Like,
I actually watched a behind the scenes where he talked about how he
Behind the
interpreted
scenes.
the character. He described about how he didn't want it to be like the stereotypical kind of that character.
Yeah.
So he added like his own twist to it and gave him like kind of a backstory.
and so much depth. And like I felt like the movie actually was about him rather than Shang-Chi actually.
Of course, of course.
And it was so like, apparently right, I was watching an interview and he said that he only needed 1 to 2 takes per scene.
It's okay lah, calm down lah, this
Yeah.
guy.
But I think also he was always in black. Like his Chinese
Wait,
interviews,
are you offended by that?
No lah, but like okay lor.
it wasn't as though someone asked, hey, how
So
many takes
he's-
you needed?
Why
So
do you only
he's-
give the Asian man 2 takes?
So he's proud that he didn't screw up doing his job.
He was talking about working wow, out of context. yeah.
Wow, shit,
Yeah, we should do an episode where we just look at happy things and see how upset we get.
Legendary
Tony.
Tony Leung. So China doesn't like the fact that it's or Chinese people from China. not us,
No. We're fine. I'm okay lah.
didn't like the casting of Tony Liu, but the other Tony Liu, Simu Liu. The other thing was also because the history of Shang Chi.
It's very racist.
Yeah, so you know when the comics first came out in like the 60s or 70s, right? Every character is like of normal skin color, like beige and what, right? He is glowing yellow.
Eee.
Right.
Like that yellow. Even the other Chinese characters
That's like
are not
Simpsons,
that yellow. He looked like he had jaundice.
Are the Simpsons actually Chinese?
So
Offender, go get offended. Go home and get offended.
Simpson.
The Sim.
Oh, damn bad.
Hey, but you know
sorry.
how he actually got casted, right, was when they said we are gonna do the Shang Chi movie, and then after that he tweeted them and said, "Hey, cast me up."
So
Huh? You mean when they announced that time they haven't found anyone?
No,
No.
they
announced first that
just
they found-
added it to the MCU time.
No.
I
So,
should have tweeted also.
so they all clarified
Yeah, I'm sure
that
they
actually it
will go
wasn't.
Ah.
He tweeted, but Kevin Feige only saw the tweet after they had hired
Sure.
him already. But how sick was it that like, so he tweeted like, hey Kevin Feige, great that great job on like Thor and Captain America. How about an Asian American hero? And then that was like the how it started, and then how it's going. It's like Kevin Feige and him pointing at his own poster at the back. So China got very angry for a lot of different reasons. One was that
Yes,
obviously
they do.
Shang-Chi's history is quite racist.
Okay.
So he was yellow in color in the comics, and like his backstory is also quite racist. So he's the son of Fu Manchu. If you don't know who Fu Manchu is, Marvel didn't come up with that character. It was a Western version of a Chinese villain. So Fu Manchu is a character that showed up in a lot of different places. A lot of people used him as a character, as a villain.
Wait, but it was not in the. It's not Marvel related.
Marvel like borrowed it, and then it's like how Marvel has Thor, but Thor is a Greek god.
Right.
So like
So
it
where else
already
does Fu
existed.
Manchu come out?
So I believe it was in a different piece of media. I don't have a laptop in front of me, but the laptop died.
I want to see Fu Manchu's face.
He's basically very famous for having a mustache.
He's a real person.
Just see
No. He's a fictional
He got
person
mustache.
that America or the American media industry came up with to create a Chinese fictional villain.
Right.
And so it was during the communist era, and obviously there's a lot of reasons why China was the, now it's like Russia. Every enemy now in American film is a Russian film.
Yeah.
At that point in time, it was China that was the enemy.
Right.
And so like,
The Aladdin bad guy also look like this.
yeah, so he's basically a fictional character in like a series of novels
Is that racist?
He not
by
he's-
an English author, and like he was adopted in the West lah.
Right. This guy looks white though, to be honest.
Probably is.
Yeah.
His makeup, his foundation, that's why.
And
he's doing
so
yellow face lah.
China's bitter.
It does look like the Aladdin villain.
What's the name Kaaba.
Jafar.
Oh, Jafar.
King Jafar.
Middle Eastern.
Kaaba.
Yeah, so like China is quite bitter. Rightly so lah, that there's this caricature of a Chinese villain like this. That's why there's some connections to Shang-Chi also, because in the comics, his father was Fu Manchu.
Oh.
Yeah, and so
But in the movie, is his father Fu Manchu?
no.
Do you watch this movie?
Why must I get caught up in the names for what?
He went to
I
the
watched
cinema.
it
watch it.
lah.
Thanks,
Why
I
get
watched
caught up in
it.
the names? It's so hard to
Maybe he
remember.
go and watch Paw Patrol.
Took me a while to remember your names. So.
Okay, but I think the point is just go and watch the movie for what it is a fiction.
Yeah, I just enjoy it, trying to get
yourself.
offended lah.
Yeah.
I think
Drink some water.
that was the point I wanted to make before a concluding point, which was that I think if you watch the movie, it really feels quite genuine, and I think
Yeah,
Chinese
yeah, yeah.
audiences, people in China, not like Chinese people, but like people in China would actually genuinely enjoy it for what it is, because I think it really did it justice.
And they only need to read the subtitles half the time.
Yeah,
Like 1/4.
because it's really mostly in Chinese.
Yeah.
I think I just mostly enjoy how the use of the 10 rings, like how it works. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, so they adapted it. In the comics, it's actual rings.
Oh.
But then they made it
But then they
bracelets.
realized if they made it a chain, it'd be so short. Ring.
No, in the comics, right, the rings are damn OP. It's
Oh, it's like a Captain Planet.
almost, but then it's times 2. And then like,
Two Captain Planet. Fuck me. That is wild.
Twinsies.
but yeah, so they made it bracelets. And he's really cool, yeah. It almost felt like Wukong. What Wukong? Wukong?
Sun Wukong.
Sun Wukong. Am I saying that right? It almost felt like his stick, can go big, can go small, can go.
Yeah.
金箍棒.
So apparently each of the rings also have like they do different things apparently. So
Their own
stay
story.
tuned.
So, oh my god, this is good.
10 movies.
Oh, okay, enough.
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
Okay, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you watch, remember to drop us a sub and like this video as well, and we'll see you in the next one.
Review Shang-Chi down below, guys.
Or not lah, right? Just watch it,
Hey,
enjoy
fine,
it.
fine. Tell me your favorite Asian movie.
Yeah, just comment lah, help us with the algo lah.
Yeah, that's all.
No, how about spoil it without spoiling?
Oh yeah.
Try and spoil it without spoiling it for us.